Hi, my name is Khin Ohmar, a Burmese human rights and democracy activist and chairperson of Progressive Voice, a Myanmar human rights advocacy organization. Today, I want to share with you all about this upcoming Sham election by the illegal military junta in Myanmar, scheduled for next month, December, until January 2026. Some international observers might think this is a way forward to solve Myanmar's problems, but it's in contrary. This sham election will cause more problems and more violent attacks by the military towards the people. Myanmar military has killed over 10,000 democracy and human rights activists since 2021. They have imprisoned over 30,000, displacing over 3.5 million civilians by launching over 6,000 airstrikes and countless ground attacks, including burning down entire villages and towns, committing over 300 massacres, and also committing over 900 counts of rape and gang rape against women. For the military, the whole purpose of planning to hold such sham election is because they want to claim legitimacy from the international community that they don't get from the Myanmar people. Because Myanmar people since 2021 wholeheartedly and categorically rejected this military. Over the past 4 years, they have committed unprecedented violence towards the people just to take over the country, to take control of the country. But they have not been able to do that. And now is the time for them that they want to go through this sham election process to seek legitimacy from the international community. But see, in Myanmar, we have people's revolution all over the country. The people of Myanmar have been revolting against this military with a very determined plan to bring down this military tyranny or the military institution, to dismantle this military institution. As we speak today, more than 70% of Myanmar is under the effective control of the People's Revolution, led by National Unity Government, the interim elected government, as well as the ethnic resistance organizations, who are the local governments for their own ethnic communities in different parts of the ethnic regions. So over 70% of Myanmar is under the People's Revolution's effective control and administration. That means Myanmar military has a very little effective control over the Myanmar state. And the general public despises this scam election. People would think, how can this military hold any election, right? Since they have more or less of 20 to 30% of the control over the country. Well, they will do it. I can tell you that no matter what, and no matter at what cost, this military will definitely hold this sham election. And very reason, like I said, is because they desperately need legitimacy. And the only place, the only source of legitimacy that they think they can deceive and manipulate to gain is from the international community, you see. So in the coming weeks and months, we're going to see more violent attacks by the military, and we will see more manipulation, more mis and disinformation and propaganda campaigns, which are already starting now in the country, that they will try to manipulate the population living under their control areas, particularly like in the major big cities like in Yangon, Mandalay, and that they aim to actually gain or win in those areas. But also, you have to understand this Myanmar military, they are still using the 2008 military drafted constitution, which was already null and void, which was already abolished by the elected representatives from the 2020 election. But for the military, of course, they will they will cling on to this 2008 constitution because this constitution provides them supreme power. This constitution provides them forever stay in power in politics and control over the people and also natural resources. So of course they will cling on to this 2008 constitution. But this constitution itself is a source of violence against the people in Myanmar. This is something that we need to understand also. But in addition, the military already made a lot of new manipulations already. So the Election Commission under the military control already made the amendments to the election law, amendment to their constituencies, so that they can claim that they have enough constituencies to hold their election. And they also made the new laws that will punish the people severely. For example, like anybody who will damage the ballots or the voting machines or the poll stations, they can be sentenced from 5 to 10 years imprisonment. If it is suspected in acting in a group, they can be sentenced from 10 to 20 years in prison or life imprisonment. So there are a lot of these very severe punishment, new quote unquote laws has been made. So in the last 3 months alone, more than 100 civilians, just ordinary civilians, have been already arrested. Why? It's because some of them, without even writing by themselves on their social media like Facebook, they are just liking other people's criticism on this Sham election, and they get arrested. And that includes, among those over 100, includes the famous film directors and some actors and comedians as well, and ordinary people. And in the coming weeks, we have no doubt that many more will be targeted with this kind of very severe unlawful laws that they made, illegal laws that the military junta has made. But what is very interesting here is something that you need to understand the mindset and the determination of the Myanmar people. The more violence that this military has committed, the more the people become to be determined, to express their basic rights, to exercise their basic rights, including the freedom of expression. No? So you will see these courageous people of Myanmar will continue to resist this military and its sham election in any ways and many ways possible. In the areas under the effective control of the revolution, the civilians have been holding demonstrations. They've been holding public demonstrations and protest, calling out this, like a no to this sham election, telling the whole world, letting the whole world know that they will never give up. That they are continuing with their revolution, you see. So this is where the people's determination are, where the people's determination that you can see in different communities, and the Myanmar people who are living abroad, those diaspora in different countries all over the world, they have come to be organizing themselves with their public demonstrations they have been holding, and they have planned to hold public demonstrations in the coming times. There is also the civil disobedience or the political defiance actions in the country that you will see the young people are taking with the flash mob protest here and there. But also, if you look at the leadership of the Myanmar People's Revolution, such as like National Unity Government, ethnic resistance organizations, they are the leaders of the Myanmar People's Democratic Revolution. They have been also making the public statement about their public position, taking the public position, their political position on this sham election, saying like this sham election is not going to bring about solution to Myanmar, but it will actually increase more troubles to the people. But saying that, these revolution actors, they are not telling the Myanmar people what to do, particularly those Myanmar people, civilians who live under the effective control of the Myanmar military junta. every one of us know how dilemma that they have, how much of the security risk that they have. It's sort of like, the Myanmar military is putting the like a gunpoint at their head to actually cooperate in their scam or sham election, right? So everybody's security at stake in the areas under the junta's control. So the revolution, top leaders, political leaders, armed resistance leaders, civil society like us, we are not telling the Myanmar people what to do. Myanmar people are fed up with this military. Myanmar people despise this military, no matter whether they live under the junta control areas or in the liberated areas. Everybody is fed up with this military. And they know well how this kind of propaganda campaign and also how threat and intimidation and harassment this military is going to do. So they are not going to fall on that trap. They will do their way. They will make their own judgment for what kind of action that they're going to make or they're going to take. So, but for us as a civil society, we are monitoring, we are documenting, we will inform the international community what kind of manipulation and flaws and manipulations, disinformation, misinformation, and the violence related to this sham election are coming. So we will be monitoring, documenting, and informing to the whole world. It's very important that international community don't get trapped in this military's scam election. It is so important that United Nations, ASEAN, and the community of democracies, democracy governments in the world, it's very important for them not to be deceived by this military junta or not to be manipulated by this junta. I call on the international community. We call on the international community. We have been making this call over the last few months already to the international community, including United Nations, ASEAN, Japan, Korea, Australia, New Zealand, UK, United States, EU, Canada, Scandinavian countries, Nordic countries, all, really, like North America, South America, democracies. We are calling them first to renounce this sham election and also the sham election result. And also very important that they don't send any observers, because if they send observers, it is automatically seen or perceived as endorsing the military's sham election. So please, we call on you to let the world know, let your governments know that they cannot make this mistake and fall on the trap of the military. And if they do that, they will be actually, helping this military to further commit the crimes against the Myanmar people, helping the military to further commit such violent crimes and atrocities and keep the Myanmar people in the dark, and that we will never see the future for our coming generations. Myanmar people are not asking you to join them to fight for them. We are asking you to take the right stand in the history for the humanity. We are pleading you to take the right stand and support our rightful democratic cause, defending our people's democracy and rights and lives. And we hope that you will stand with us and tell your government not to send the observers and also to renounce this sham election and sham election result. Thank you very much for your attention.